Festivals, the highlight of the summer. Where there's a party, there's an opportunity. And for drug dealers, business is booming. I'm investigating the dark side of festival season and seeing how far the criminals will go to cash in.
My job is to deliver. So I'm the transporter. This is the real fucking deal.
Wow, so that's coke.
And this time, the guards are getting in on the action.
Who secures the security?
So you haven't even tried to stash it?
Why should I stash it? Nobody's gonna stash me. I stash the people that come in. Nobody stashes me.
As the number of UK festival goers falling victim to super strength drugs continues to rise, I've already seen how dealers are trafficking drugs out of the UK to target festivals abroad.
If you can't man up on my thing, then yeah, you're gonna get stepped on.
Now I'm investigating how effectively security is run at festivals and how corrupt guards are exploiting their jobs. I have a security contact that's agreed to meet me.
Hiya, how you doing?
You right?
With over 15 years' experience in the industry, he is one of 400,000 active security licence holders in the UK. As he is risking his career and safety in speaking to me, he wants to remain anonymous.
I've got to ask you, why you want to talk to me?
The state of the industry at the minute is not great. I don't think it's going to improve unless something's done about it. There's so many different festivals all at the same time up and down the country. The big companies, they don't have the manpower. They'll subcontract big chunks to different people. They'll put an advert on the internet and they'll take anybody.
Oh, well, so social media comes into play.
Well, yeah, so social media is a wash during festival season. People advertising for staff for festivals.
Yeah.
You could get a job quite easily for a festival this weekend. Very little checks. Because it's getting subcontracted out, the money generally not that great. People go and work in £8-9 an hour. There's a lot of scope at festivals to make a lot of money on the side.
From speaking to gangs, I've heard of security guards that will even take payments for bringing drugs into festivals, which they then hand over to dealers.
I thought, right, going in, security's tight, they've got sniffer dogs, they got this, they got that, the fences, like, you feel kind of safe. Do you think that's a bit of a front?
The tight going in.
Yeah.
Not tight for security going in.
So actually, if I wanted to get something I shouldn't have into a festival, the worst way I could go in is as a ticket holder, free security. I'm better off just getting a job there.
I'm working a festival. I'll just walk clean in through the back door and then go and sign in.
Yeah, because you could have anything.
I could have anything.
Yeah.
Who secures the security?
There have been examples of subcontracted security companies that have even been prosecuted for supplying unlicensed guards to festivals. The SIA have prosecuted over 30 people or security businesses in the last 12 months. And worse still, guards who are legitimately working at festivals aren't necessarily looking to prevent drugs from making it in.
The problem with handing drugs in, if you've got a proactive security team who confiscates loads of drugs, and you hand them all in and do everything the SIA want you to do, you hand them all in, which is what you're supposed to be doing. The police go, you've got a drug problem. That gets handed over to licensing. Licensing goes, there's a drug problem. It must be the security company's fault. Change the security company. So you can be proactive and do everything by the book.
Yeah.
You hand everything in, you're going to get yourself sacked.
So actually, by doing a really good job and seizing all the drugs you come across, which then go to the police...
Yeah, you do yourself an injustice.
Over the summer, I've been going to a range of high-profile festivals in the UK. I'm investigating what measures they have put in place to try and prevent drugs from making it in, and also how effectively their security is operating. This festival says they operate a robust front door search policy. More specifically, they state online that they'll evict people from the event if in possession of drugs.
Okay. We're not doing searching, so we don't have to open. We haven't reported doing searching, but it's like it could pick you, the guy behind you first. Who's there? And you go, yee-hoo, singing away as you go, skipping along. Okay.
Since talking to the whistleblower, I've been investigating security guards that work on behalf of gangs trying to get their drugs into festivals. I finally managed to find someone that was willing to talk to me on camera. He calls himself the Transporter. He's a gang member whose role is infiltrating security at events.
So you work in security?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so do you do the security at a lot of festivals?
I do festivals more. I don't look at the trouble side, I look at the money-making side.
What do you mean by that?
I take in parcels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I take in parcels, I do 2-3 parcels, took them in for the guys that are gonna go in and sell what they gotta sell.
You get a job working as security at a festival?
Yeah.
But you do that so that you can bring in 2-3 parcels at a time of what?
Oh, everything from ecstasy, whatever they give me. I'm a transporter, I don't ask questions.
Don't you get searched?
Who searches the security? No one.
No.
I'll do the searching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So always gonna search me.
And then you tell dealers which festivals you're working?
Yeah, in advance.
Yeah. And then, so what then happens?
And then they'll tell me they got 3 parcels, so I charge them per parcel to take them in.
And is there no risk to you doing that?
Well, obviously there's risk, but the money's worth it. If I could get between $1,000 and $2,000 festival a day, it's really worth it, isn't it?
If you weren't doing the drug dealing, how much would you earn if you were just on your security rate?
Jesus, you would get like 80 quid, 80 or 70. You know what I mean? And you have to put petrol in your car, you got to pay bills, you got to go back, feed your wife, feed your kids.
Do you feel any kind of way about bringing drugs into a festival? Say if someone overdosed or something like that, would you feel partly responsible for that? Or
People overdose everywhere. I did not put them on drugs, I'm here to supply the need, and I don't do it particularly me, or just, pass over the parcel to someone who's gonna do it. So I don't feel like, I'm not responsible, like straightforward or that, nah.
Is it just you doing this, or do a lot of people do that?
Oh, I can't answer for anyone, but I don't think it's only just me.
Oh, really? Do you think it is quite a lot of people
yes,
do?
because I learn through people, and
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But do you think you will get caught though?
No.
I'm astonished actually just how easy he thinks it is to move drugs into festivals. He's linked to organised crime. I want to find out just how easy it is. I want to see the process for myself. How does he get drugs into a festival?
I'm at this festival in Dorset because just 2 years ago at its sister festival in the same location, there was a high-profile drug-related death here. In light of the tragedy, I want to see if security measures have improved, making it harder for drugs to enter the festival site. They operate a zero-tolerance drug policy. As I approach the grounds, I realise something is wrong.
It's really weird. I've just realised I'm actually in the festival. I've just wandered in. I've got a bag. No one stopped and checked. I've walked through a campsite. No one's even checked me for a ticket. I know there are security checks dotted around the different entrances, but the point is the entrance I walked in. I just wandered in, and nothing. No one was checking.
Given the absence of security, what's to say that recent history won't be repeated? It's been 5 weeks since I met the security guard nicknamed the Transporter. He shocked me when he confessed to bringing large packages of drugs into festivals in order to get them to dealers. He's been in contact to say that he's due to work at another festival in 2 days, and he's started making his preparations.
I've got a festival this weekend.
So what do you need to do to prepare for that?
Oh no, I don't need to do anything. All I need to do is pick up the parcel I'm supposed to, and then the next day they'll tell me, what time or what day to deliver it in there, and that's it. Then I get paid.
You get paid. So where are we going now?
We're gonna go to the place where I'm supposed to pick up the parcel. We're here now.
Can I come with you?
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah, no problem. These are my friends. You can come.
The transporter has convinced the gang member to let us witness the handover. The camera is sent in first to film from inside so they don't draw attention to the handover.
So you're gonna come in, Livvy?
Come. Right. You know to contact.
Yeah.
You get in there, yeah?
Right, no worries. Watch this. All right, please.
The transporter has to be very cautious.
All right, I've got it. Pass.
And that's what you're taking in?
Yes.
Due to the high quantity of drugs he is now carrying, he drives us to a quiet location away from where he made the pickup. Once he is parked up, he covers his face so I can ask him about his festival plan.
So, can I ask what's in the package?
There's cocaine and there's MDMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got MDMA and cocaine in this package?
Yeah.
Can I have a look inside?
Yeah, you can.
Is that
Go
right
ahead.
to open it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. God, it's
As
heavy.
long as you don't open the other thing, because they have a level.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Blimey. That's a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
So they're pills?
Those are pills, just the MDMA.
Yeah.
And this is ketamine.
And then that?
This is the real fucking deal.
Wow. So that's coke?
Yeah, that's sealed and, so I can't touch it or open it up for reason being they know what hallmarks they put on.
The dealers have packaged the drugs in such a way that they can tell if the transporter has tampered with them.
So right now I'm holding, how much did you say?
500 grams.
500 grams?
Yeah.
And street value?
You can easily make between 40 to 60,000. Yes.
Just that?
Yeah.
How much will you get paid for carrying that in? Because, I mean, what
It's just a grand.
It's just a grand for
Yeah,
that?
a grand for 500 grams. Yeah. Done this 1,000 times.
If the police were to find him with the drugs right now, he would be arrested for possession and an intent to supply. A crime that can be punishable with life imprisonment.
How are you going to get this in?
I'm a security officer. I'll get it in. I'll wear my badge, put on my uniform, I'll get down there, I'll talk to the guys, and then I'll go in.
So are you booked to work this event?
No.
Oh, wow. So you're not working this event legitimately?
No. Any festival you go to in London or anywhere in England, they will still be lacking 5 or 10 security to come to the festival. So I know for a fact, they need me when I get down there, and the way I present myself, and, of course they're going to need me.
In order to work as security, you must hold a valid SIA badge.
So you have an SIA licence?
Yes, I do.
Do you use that
To work?
to work?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
But do you use it to work like this?
No.
No.
No,
And
this
how
one I
do
use
you
a
get
fake
around
one.
that? A fake one?
Yeah. Oh, we order,
Or sort of on the black market? If you
Yes, on the black market. But people have got, have got instruments and, things that make them, so.
The transporter now has a plan in place. In 2 days' time, he'll pose as security as he attempts to smuggle the drugs into a high-profile London music festival. I'm back on the festival trail. 2 years ago, £134,000 worth of drugs were seized at this festival from an audience of just 46,000 people. As I make my way in, there's just a quick bag search
Quick look in there. Told you it'd be a quick one.
before I pass a sniffer dog. Now I'm inside the festival. I want to see if the security has managed to stop drugs from making it in. I meet somebody whose friend has already sold a large quantity of drugs. After seeing some people taking pills, I approach them to see what they have.
Yeah, basically we get possession.
As it gets dark, I'm offered some pills. I decide to buy the pill. I sent it off for testing and it was found to be average strength MDMA. And immediately after, I'm approached again. He sells me a bag of ketamine. This was also tested by a lab and found to be 70% pure. Despite efforts being made to keep those using drugs in the festival safe, there seems to be a severe problem with stopping it from coming in. In the last 3 years at this festival, there have been 271 arrests for possession of drugs and an intent to supply. This festival operates a zero-tolerance drug policy, but does admit that some drugs will inevitably get in. My bag is checked and I'm sniffed by a security dog. As I enter, I look back at the security gates and immediately start to question how effective they were. In the middle of the festival, I speak to someone who's brought ecstasy in. I ask how she managed to get her drugs past the sniffer dogs. Apparently, her approach is to mask the smell of the drugs. The festival releases a warning that extra strong ecstasy is in circulation. But tragically, just 1 hour after I left, a 19-year-old man fell ill at the festival and later died. It's the day of the London Music Festival and gangs are plotting to get drugs in via any avenue possible. Before I meet the transporter, I make contact with a drug dealer I met before who calls himself Jacket. He regularly targets festivals, but he's going to get drugs past security in a different way.
So I'm just waiting. Today's the day of the festival for Jacket. So he's meant to be coming and meeting me before he sets off, and he's going to show me a bit about what he's got. But also I'm hoping he'd be up for maybe wearing a camera and wearing it to see him doing some deals. So here he is. So today's the day.
Yeah, today we're gonna make some sales. I've got a few reps here.
His plan is to carry MDMA through the entrance by plugging it inside his rectum.
Do you think you'd be up for wearing these? And basically
Yeah,
they'll
definitely.
film from your perspective what you're doing?
Definitely, yeah.
So that's rolling now, so that'll film everything.
Everything that you're seeing.
Beautiful technology.
I'll find out if Jacket gets his drugs past security after the event. Now I'm on my way to meet the transporter. He's given me a meeting point where I can speak to him before he poses as security to attempt to get even more drugs into the same festival.
Here he is behind the car.
He's a real security guard, but when he's moving drugs, he uses a fake licence from the black market.
Is this the licence?
Yes, that's
So
the one.
wow, is it any different from a real licence?
No, somebody else's details, my picture in it.
Is it a real licence that's been made by the same people that would make a legitimate one?
No.
No.
It's people you go in the underground that do them.
Wow, that's pretty worrying. Like you can just get any government authorised ID.
Well, somebody got to do it.
Yeah. And how much would that cost you?
They will cost me £300.
Yeah.
Yes, so I can use that for 3 years from now.
Oh, so you're not worried about it being picked up or?
No, they
checked?
can't be picked up. Even if they check the number,
Yeah.
the number's real. Everything's real there. That's why the guy that makes them, he charges a lot of money, because this is like, everything's legit. He's got the watermarks, he's got everything in it. So the only thing that's not is the picture.
And that's...
But everything else is legit.
He's carrying a package of cocaine, MDMA and ketamine into the music festival.
And you're just going to walk in, so you haven't even tried to stash it. It's
Well,
just
should
in
I
your
stash it?
pocket.
Nobody's gonna stash me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You seem pretty confident about
Yeah,
that.
of course.
Yeah.
This is my job.
Okay. And so what's the plan from here? You're heading straight to the festival?
Yeah, I'm heading straight to the festival. I'm gonna brag it to come in and I'll go through,
And so how long do you think this is going to take you?
Getting in my, like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
So do you need to get in there now?
Yes, I'm gonna go get in there now.
Okay.
As soon as.
He's agreed to wear a camera to show us how he attempts to drop off the drugs to the dealers inside. And he sets off for the festival.
He's got the package, and we'll see if he can actually just get in. He sounds pretty confident about it.
With his fake licence, he walks past security. The closer to the venue he gets, the more and more police officers there are. If he was caught with the package in his pocket, he would be arrested for possession of Class A drugs and an intent to supply.
Hello. Where's the security office? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
He reaches a security entrance but hesitates as he gets a call from his contacts.
Yeah. All right.
Something isn't going to plan. He was supposed to be bringing the drugs into the festival, but the dealers aren't in there. He's instructed not to go in, but instead he's redirected to a cafe right by the ticket entrance.
Yeah. I'm in now, because I don't want to be here more than 5-6 minutes.
His contacts want him to leave the package in the toilets.
I'm going to this toilet. I'm trying to look for it.
The transporter doesn't question their orders, but when he gets there, he sees that they're closed off.
Yeah, is that the gym?
Yeah, it's closed off.
Posing as security, he gains access to the closed-off area.
Yeah, where is the festival?
The dealers have given him instructions on exactly where to leave the drugs inside.
All right, thank you. All right, cool.
He's directed to the second cubicle on the right-hand side.
Yes. Put it in the bin behind the tissue. Put it in the bin behind the tissue. It's in the bin.
He wraps the drug package up in toilet roll before stashing it in the bin.
Yeah. Alright, respect my king. God bless. Alright, some too.
The transporter has done his job and gets out of there quickly, but for the gang, they still haven't got their drugs into the festival yet. And with such a heavy police presence around the cafe, things can't be going to plan. Despite not getting the drugs into the festival, he still earned himself £1,000.
Were there any scary moments? Or?
Yeah, well, there's police everywhere. Yeah. Oh God! But you have to, you have to act to be the part. You're actually part of them, so, that's what keeps in the back of your head.
So you didn't even have to communicate with anyone in person.
No, someone. What I know, someone will be watching me when I go in that car. The minute I'm coming out, the minute they go in there.
According to the transporter, the gang did retrieve the package to take into the festival, but whether they were successful, we don't know.
Took less than 20 minutes. There was security everywhere. He's planted it and he's out and he can go home and enjoy the rest of his day. It's broad daylight. He's in and out and he's earned himself £1,000. So what happens to those drugs now, is anyone's guess.
However, at the same festival, there's still the matter of Jacket's drugs. This festival says they operate a robust front door search policy. Jacket's method of getting drugs in is to carry them inside his body, which a quick pat-down doesn't detect. Once he's in, there's a sniffer dog. But with so many people passing by at once, he slips through the net and is free to sell his drugs inside. The whistleblower describes an overstretched security system that relies too heavily on underpaid subcontractors to meet huge demands for staff at festivals. I've now seen how this is being exploited by gang members that can easily infiltrate the very industry designed to keep their illegal trade at bay. We've been in touch with all of the festivals featured in this programme. 2 responded. Next time, I see firsthand the dangerous lengths gangs will go to protect their stake in the festival market.
You need an avenue to sell it, don't you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's literal business, isn't it?
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah.
That was it? You just put a weapon in there?
Stuff it in the ground, that's it, it's there.
When you got respect, no one's gonna come and take what shows, isn't it?
If you come run up on my thing, then you're gonna get snapped on.